guys, I'm Katie Bay Hayford, and this is The Scoop. On last Sunday's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim Kardashian broke her silence after being robbed during the Paris Fashion Week last October. Kim and her family described the terrifying night in detail on the show, sharing that Kim thought she was going to be raped and killed throughout the robbery. Kim stated that she wanted to wait to share her story on the show instead of doing an interview where her words could be twisted. Paris police ended up arresting 16 suspects connected to the robbery. Stein Mart, the latest addition to the Auburn Mall on Opelika Road, will officially open its doors tomorrow. Now occupying the former Sears Bay, the store takes up about 32,000 feet of the mall. John Mulheron, Vice President of the Governmental Affairs for Whole Property Group, says it's a tremendous anchor for the mall, joining department stores Dillard's and Belk's. This opening comes shortly after JCPenney announced it will be closing over 100 of its stores, including its Auburn Mall location. This Saturday, join the Auburn community and shop local at the Makers pop-up event. Beginning at 11 in the morning, Alabama artists and makers will be setting up shop just 2 doors down from the War Eagle Wall downtown. The host, Local Market, announced over 30 vendors scheduled to be at Saturday's event. For a full list, visit @LocalMarketAuburn on Facebook. We wrap up today's segment with Ed Sheeran's Doppelganger. Take a look. This is Isla Walton, a 2-year-old girl who began being compared to the Shape of You singer after her aunt posted her photo online. The photo has since gone viral on Facebook and Twitter, as people can't stop commenting on the pair's striking resemblance. Isla's mom chimed in saying that all of the comparisons are complete madness. That's all I have for this week's entertainment news. Up next, the Weekly Sweep panel has an exclusive interview with musicians Jonathon, Eley, and Jaycob Curlee about their upcoming EP. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
In our own little way, each of us craves connection. It's not always easy to pinpoint, but you can feel it. What we need is somewhere to unwind and explore, somewhere where expressing our personalities is a delicious journey. Imagine a place that treats your taste buds to new possibilities, a fresh retreat from normal, where you don't order food, you inspire flavor. A place where the toppings you choose can express your character, and the only thing more important than quality ingredients is someone to share them with. Pizza doesn't just bring out our favorite flavors, it brings out our favorite personalities. And with over 78 billion possible pizza combinations at Pieology, we invite you to express your own. Just bring your imagination, we'll take care of the rest.
Welcome to the Weekly Sweep. This week on panel, we are joined by special guests Jaycob Curlee and Jonathon, Eley. You may recognize Jaycob from America's Got Talent or Jonathon from receiving recognition by the Grammys or MTV, but they are here to discuss their upcoming EP, Unorthodox Mentality. So, welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, all right, so I gotta know, what inspired the name of your album, Unorthodox Mentality?
Well, it was kind of the sense of when I was on America's Got Talent, it was more of acoustic things and just very one lane musically. And so when we met each other, it was really like two worlds colliding, and we really clicked very quickly. And so just to wrap it up in one album, it was kind of like nobody really thought that we would take this route in music, so it's kind of unorthodox, and it's kind of a mentality that we have when it comes to like making music.
Yeah, I just left the naming of the EP up to Jake.
There you go.
Strictly stuck to the music. I was like, you know what, you can come up with a title. And it's pretty, I think it's a huge representation of what the music brings as far as sound-wise and just what he normally doesn't do and what I normally don't do. So I think it's going to be I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, I love it. It's definitely different, and big words are always great as well.
Right, exactly.
So with a name like that, I gotta say your album cover is a little different. Not what I was expecting at all. So what inspired the peaches?
Well, he actually brought it to my attention.
Yeah, Childish Gambino.
Okay.
Huge influence. He has this EP, and it was inspired by, it's literally just an EP of leaves. And I was like, that's interesting. I was like, okay, how can we apply that to this? We were like, okay, I'm from Georgia. You're kind of from Georgia, so.
What's kind of from Georgia?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, well, I was born in Americus, Georgia, which is a real small town.
Oh,
but
okay.
then I moved to Alabama.
Yeah, so we were like, okay, so the main concept of the song are like girls. Georgia peaches.
Oh, there you
Peaches,
go.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I like it.
simple. It's pretty simple. It's not that deep, I promise.
It catches your eye. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
absolutely.
Everybody's like, what, peaches?
I
That
literally
makes no sense.
just said how satisfying I found your cover. Like, I want to eat it.
Right.
I thought of the Atlanta preview.
I like how you talk about that. That's pretty
And that's
cool.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I love
so-
Gambino. He's Gambino.
Well, since I'm talking, I have a question. So your tracks, I listened to I have a cheat sheet. Can't Get Enough, the preview on iTunes, and it is really good. And like, I was like walking to my way, I was like, this is so catchy. I was like, when I get money in my bank account, I'm totally gonna get it. Like, why did you name your tracks? Like, how do you name them? Like, is it the meaning behind the song, or is like, I think this fits?
Well, I think a little bit of both. We really come up with what we want to talk about in the song. Listen to the beat first. He is great at what he does. I mean, he makes it really easy for me. I just come in and kind of lay down my vocals, and we go from there. But it's really like we sit down and we talk like, okay, what do we want to say in this song, things like that, and we'll find a hook. So it was really, the hook was Can't Get Enough. So we just kind of stuck with that. And then with the other ones, it was pretty much just kind of like a summary of it. And it is really what we were focused on, kind of like a...
Okay, so Can't Get Enough actually started off as a mumble. I literally went and just, for the chorus in particular, I went and just like mumbled melodies, and then I just like, let's put words to it.
Right.
So it's just like, can't get enough. Like, that was just like the driving force. I was like, oh, this is easy, and Jake just came here and just killed it. Just like, it was so easy. That was probably one of the most fun ones to make.
So like, since that one's so easy, which was like the hardest track for you to come up with?
Probably Emergency.
Yeah.
Just because I had that beat idea in my head for like 3 months prior. And I was like, okay, it has to come out exactly the way I heard it in my head, or else this is trash. So I finally like got it to where I wanted it, and it was perfect. And that was probably the hardest one. I want to say Patience. Your verse took forever, man.
Yeah, Patience was tough. It was when we say Unorthodox Mentality, it was something I really wanted to branch out with, because we have so many musical influences from Kanye and Chance the Rapper to John Mayer, Ed Sheeran, things like that. So I really wanted to try new things, and so I didn't want to put out anything that wasn't my best. And so it was really just sitting with him and getting the timing down and getting the verses clean and as crisp as I possibly could. So that was probably, yeah, like you said, the most difficult for me.
On Sunday, I definitely will like listen to all these things.
Right, yeah, thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, so you guys obviously have a very distinct sound that's brought you both a really long way. And so now that you're sort of like becoming high-profile musicians, what would you like to bring to the music scene, I guess? Like, what legacy would you like to leave?
Well, for me, really, it's just so many people are doing the same thing right now, and it's really hard not to, though, because people like pop music and they like the same type of music.
Right,
but I
right.
think when you have somebody as talented as Jonathon, we can make pop songs but have more of a musical background. Because when we hear things like, for example, Chance won all these Grammys for his album, and all the people are like, oh man, that goes so hard. But when we listen to it, we're like, man, the weird chords that they use and the church organs and the background vocals and strings and things like that, we really want to bring that to the table. There needs to be more music like that doesn't get recognized, like Kendrick. Drake, we were just talking on the way down here, Drake's album is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, I love Drake. But Kendrick, in his own sense, is just as good, if not better, but it doesn't get recognized, so we really want to bring that to the table.
Yeah, just kind of like maximizing music actually being cool again. I feel like the general just the general population, they don't appreciate it. If it's too complex, it's like, oh, I don't want to listen to this, or
Yeah.
I don't really care, because I don't get it. So it's just kind of like, how can we make this cool? Like, how can we make what we're doing cool? And one of my good friends, he told me himself, he was like, every project we release is like, man, how many more good projects is it gonna take for people to actually get it? That's how I feel. It's just like, man, all right, it's like, we're just gonna keep doing another one. Because I do think like you can put out music with anybody and it's just as good. I think we compete with anybody in the industry. It's just now who's gonna listen.
Right.
And I think that's hopefully we can get in front of everybody and just get our music to the right person. I think it'll be history.
All right.
So you guys have a lot going on for you, obviously. So what's next for you guys? What do you have planned for the future? What's upcoming?
Well, we got big news. So Instrumental Records contacted us. They're part of Warner Music, and they wanted to do a single. with us. So that's our next step right now. We're actually going back and we're about to start writing and coming up with new songs, and we're going to send them off, and we get, you can tell them a little more of the things that they're offering through that contract.
Oh yeah, just mainly just they're gonna put our music in just in front of a bigger audience. Some taking it further than we can, as far as just being independent. We really have a serious thing of creative control, and we want to be able to make the music that we want to make, and not have to compromise for anybody, or sell our music or sell our rights. Write our own music, produce our own music, shoot our own videos. You know, print up our own merch. Just kind of like everything, keep it in house. So. That's next. As far as me, I will be dropping my debut, like, first full length in June. Actually, the day before my birthday, so that'll be June 9th. World premiere drop right here. So I'm really excited about that. Huge project. And then Jake is working on his second album, and just trying to get that. It's been a journey for sure. Just trying to get that out is going to be like our main priority this year.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad you guys are following your journey and doing what you want to do.
Absolutely. And thanks for sitting down with us. You guys are really easy to interview. You have a lot of personality.
It's all a part of it. Also, we didn't announce, but we'll be doing a concert here.
Really?
In town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Front row?
Yes, absolutely.
She knows. She's done her research.
It's going to be a pretty small, intimate venue. We're going to try to get at the Irish Bread Pub in Opelika.
Okay.
And just August 20th is the day we're looking at. So it's the night before
Mark in the
classes
calendar.
start.
Oh,
so
totally.
mark your calendars. It's going to be probably the best concert you've seen as far as.
Right.
I'm not exaggerating. I'm going to let y'all be the judge. I'm going to try to make it the best concert you guys
I've been
have
to
ever.
a Chance concert. Like,
Okay.
Listen,
level.
y'all are totally going to hold your own.
right. But yeah, that's what we'll be doing this summer. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you again. And we're going to leave you all with a preview of their latest single, Can't Get Enough, from the upcoming EP, Unorthodox Mentality, coming out March 26th.
Just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Watch your fantasy. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Watch your fantasy. Yeah, you independent. You know I'm winning. I'm trying to get it. But wait a minute. I know you feel it. Yeah, you the realest.